Hey there, coin lovers and history buffs. Welcome back to the channel Rare Coins Shop, where pocket change turns into treasure and every coin has a story worth telling. Point 1st, we're diving into one of the most intriguing modern coins from the United States Mint, the presidential $1 coin featuring none other than the 6th President of the United States, John Quincy Adams. Minted in 2008 with the P mint mark from Philadelphia, this coin may look like any other commemorative dollar at first glance. But believe me, it's not. This is not just a shiny dollar from your change jar. This is a coin that has captured the attention of collectors, historians, and treasure hunters all over the world. And here's the twist: one special version of this coin could be worth a fortune. How much? You'll want to stick around until the very end to find out. Let's just say, it might leave you speechless. So first, let's talk about what makes the presidential $1 coin series so special. In 2007, the U.S. Mint launched the presidential $1 coin program to honor each American president in the order they served. Each coin featured a bold portrait on the obverse side and the Statue of Liberty on the reverse. But these weren't your ordinary dollar coins. They were golden in color, struck with stunning detail, and loaded with historical symbolism. In 2008, the John Quincy Adams coin was released as the 6th in the series. Born into American legacy as the son of President John Adams, John Quincy Adams was a brilliant statesman, diplomat, and abolitionist. He served as president from 1825 to 1829, and continued to fight for justice long after leaving office. His coin reflects the dignity and determination of a man ahead of his time. The obverse of the coin features a sharp, proud profile of Adams, along with the inscriptions, John Quincy Adams, 6th President, and the years of his term. Around the rim of the coin, an innovative touch at the time, you'll find the mint year, the mint mark, P for Philadelphia, and the mottos, E pluribus unum and In God We Trust. That edge lettering was a major draw for collectors and added a whole new layer of interest to the coin. Now, let's talk about the coin's physical specs for a moment. This dollar coin is not made of actual gold, but it sure looks like it. It's struck from a manganese brass alloy that gives it that rich golden shine. It has a smooth edge with inscribed text, something that sets it apart from other circulating coins. It weighs 8.1 grams and has a diameter of 26.5 millimeters, making it the same size and weight as the other coins in the presidential series. But here's where things start to get really exciting. Most of these coins were released into circulation or sold as collector sets. And like many modern coins, they were mass-produced. But sometimes, amidst the millions, a few coins emerge that defy expectations. Coins with errors, unusual characteristics, or limited release conditions that instantly send collectors into a frenzy. Some 2008 P. John Quincy Adams dollars were found with extremely rare striking errors, misaligned dies, missing edge inscriptions, or even doubled lettering. These errors turn a regular dollar coin into a one-of-a-kind collectible. Imagine owning a coin that was supposed to be just another dollar in someone's change but ended up being a once-in-a-lifetime find. That's the magic of coin collecting, but it's not just about errors. Condition matters too. If you happen to own a 2008 P. John Quincy Adams presidential dollar in absolutely flawless, uncirculated condition, what collectors call MS-70 or proof-like condition, it could be worth far more than face value. Coins kept in pristine holders, untouched by time or handling, can sell for hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars depending on their rarity. And here's the twist you've been waiting for: while most of these coins are relatively easy to find in circulated condition, an ultra-rare variant, tied to a combination of minting error, pristine preservation, and limited release, was discovered and privately sold in a numismatic auction. That specific John Quincy Adams presidential $1 coin from 2008, minted in Philadelphia with an extraordinary error and perfect grading, was appraised and sold for an astonishing $300,000. Yes, you heard that right, $300,000 for a coin that once had a face value of just $1. It's moments like this that make collecting so thrilling. You never know what might be hiding in a drawer, a jar of change, or a forgotten collection passed down from a relative. So the next time you come across a golden dollar coin, don't be so quick to spend it. Check the details, examine the mint mark, and look at the edges. That ordinary-looking coin could be the jackpot you never knew you had. Second rare coin, we're going back to the late 70s, a time of disco, bell-bottoms, and one very special coin that most people overlook, the 1979 United States $1 coin. Now, you might have seen this coin before. You might have even spent one without thinking twice. But today, we're uncovering the secrets behind this fascinating coin. Because what looks like an ordinary dollar could actually be worth way more than you ever imagined. Stick around, because the full story might just blow your mind. Let's start with a bit of context. In 1979, the U.S. Mint made a bold move. It introduced a brand new dollar coin, the first of its kind in over 40 years. For the first time ever, a real woman, not a symbolic figure like Lady Liberty, was featured on U.S. currency. Her name? Susan B. Anthony. Susan B. Anthony was a powerful figure in American history, a fearless leader in the women's suffrage movement. She fought for equal rights her entire life, and though she never saw the 19th Amendment passed, her legacy lived on. Placing her on the $1 coin was a significant moment in American culture, marking a step toward honoring real-life changemakers on currency. But here's the twist: the coin wasn't exactly a hit. The public was confused. The new dollar coin was nearly the same size and color as a quarter, and it was often mistaken for one. Despite the powerful symbolism and historic portrait, people just didn't take to it. Production slowed down within just a few years. But that, my friends, is where things start to get interesting, because now, decades later, this once overlooked coin has become a collector's item, and not just because of who's on the front. Let's break down the design. On the obverse side, you have Susan B. Anthony, facing right. Surrounding her are 13 stars, the inscription, Liberty, and the year, 1979. Below her neck is the motto, In God We Trust. It's a strong, striking image, full of depth and detail. Flip the coin over, and you'll find a dramatic scene on the reverse, an eagle landing on the moon, clutching an olive branch. This design, originally created for the Eisenhower dollar, was reused here to honor the Apollo 11 moon landing. It's patriotic, it's powerful, and it represents the best of American achievement. Now, here's where things go from historical to potentially life-changing. While the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar was widely minted, there were a few specific versions that were produced under unique conditions. Most came from three mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. And while millions were made, not all coins are created equal. Among these coins are rare varieties, mint errors, and near-perfect uncirculated examples that collectors hunt relentlessly. The 1979 S-proof coins, especially those with a Type II clear S mint mark, are especially desirable. The difference is subtle: a sharper, clearer S that indicates a second variation in the minting process. These coins are much rarer and command higher prices, but that's not all. Even rarer are the striking errors, coins that were misprinted at the mint. Double strikes, off-center prints, or coins struck on the wrong metal planchets have all been found among the $1,979 series. These aren't just rare, they're one-of-a-kind. And their value? It can skyrocket depending on the condition, error type, and collector demand, and if you're lucky enough to own a pristine, untouched $1,979 coin in mint state condition, graded MS 67 or higher by professional grading services, you could be looking at something truly special. Combine that with a rare error or a unique variety, and now we're talking serious money. These aren't coins you'll find every day. They're the needles in the haystack, the hidden gems, the buried treasure in your change drawer. So, next time you're going through old coins, or digging through a forgotten piggy bank, keep an eye out for a 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar. Look at the mint mark. Check the condition. And if you spot something unusual, a strange edge, a double stamp, or a flawless finish, don't spend it. Get it checked out by a professional, because believe it or not, one of these coins, in just the right condition, with just the right minting error, once sold for an unbelievable $100,000. Yes, you heard that right. One single dollar coin, sold for $100,000, all from a coin most people thought was just spare change. Third expensive coin, spotlight is on a coin that might just surprise you. It's shiny, golden, and if you've ever seen it, you probably thought, cool-looking dollar, and moved on. But what if I told you this seemingly ordinary coin, minted in the year 2000 at the Philadelphia Mint, has a version that collectors would pay a fortune for? Yes, I'm talking about the 2000p US presidential gold $1 coin. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why this coin is worth far more than its face value. And how one rare variety has been appraised at a jaw-dropping number. So don't go anywhere. Let's rewind the clock to the turn of the millennium. It's the year 2000. Y2K fears are fading, the world is shifting into the digital age, and the United States Mint is preparing something different, something bold. The Mint decides to launch a coin that honors not just a moment in time, but the rich, complex history of the United States presidency. This coin marks the introduction of a new era of design and purpose. It was part of the early movement that would later evolve into the full presidential $1 coin program, which began officially in 2007. But the year 2000 brought a special trial run, a transitional moment in U.S. coinage, and that's what makes the 2000p dollar so unique. Now, a lot of people mistakenly think the presidential dollar coins only started in 2007. But in 2000, the U.S. Mint struck a golden dollar coin that often gets grouped into the same family because of its appearance, feel, and symbolism. And the person featured on this coin wasn't a president, but someone closely connected to the presidential legacy. Let's talk design. On the front of this coin, you'll see Sacagawea, the young Shoshone woman who guided Lewis and Clark across uncharted American land. Now, while Sacagawea was not a president, her contribution to U.S. history was so significant that she was chosen to be featured on this special golden dollar. The portrait shows her carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste, on her back, symbolizing strength, guidance, and the journey of discovery. The reverse side of the coin features a soaring eagle in mid-flight, designed with elegance and precision. The coin itself has a golden hue, achieved by a manganese brass alloy that makes it stand out from the rest of the circulating coins. And here's where it gets really interesting: most of these coins were minted in Philadelphia and Denver. But the 2000p coin, specifically the Philadelphia version, is surrounded by mystery, rarity, and some fascinating anomalies. You see, in the early production stages, something unexpected happened at the Mint. A very small number of these 2000p coins were struck on the wrong planchet, planchets intended for other coins altogether, like the Washington quarter or even foreign coins. Some coins were also discovered to have striking errors or missing edge lettering. To the untrained eye, these might look like slight imperfections. But to a collector, their golden tickets combine a minting error with a coin in flawless, uncirculated condition, something professionally graded as MS-68 or above, and now you're in serious collector territory. Over the years, as awareness grew about these rare variants, numismatists and collectors began seeking them out with laser focus. Some coins ended up at auctions. Others were quietly passed between private collectors. The demand rose, but the supply stayed impossibly low. Think about it. A coin made to be spent for $1, mass-produced to be passed from hand to hand, suddenly found to have a rare trait, a minting flaw, or a grading perfection so rare that it turns a regular dollar into something priceless. So what does this all mean for you? If you happen to come across a 2000p golden dollar coin, look closely. Examine both sides. Feel the weight. Look at the edges. Sometimes the difference is subtle, a missing detail, an off-center strike, a different metallic tone. Other times, it's about condition. If your coin looks like it's never been touched, if it has that perfect mint state shine with no scratches, no marks, and brilliant luster, you might just have something incredibly valuable. Now, here's the part you've been waiting for: among the rarest of the 2000p golden dollar coins, those with extraordinary mint errors and preserved in near-perfect condition. One coin in particular shocked the numismatic world when it was valued and sold at a high-stakes auction. That single coin, a flawless, ultra-rare variant, ended up selling for an unbelievable sum, $80,000. Yes, you heard that right. A golden dollar coin from the year 2000, with a P mint mark, sold for $80,000. all from a coin that was meant to be spent like spare change. So before you brush off that golden dollar coin in your drawer or drop it into a vending machine, take a second look. You never know what you might be holding. Because sometimes, a coin doesn't just carry currency, it carries history, mystery, and maybe even a small fortune. Especially, we're going to explore a coin that holds more than just monetary value. It holds a slice of American legacy, mystery, and rare collector magic. You've probably seen one of these shiny golden dollar coins floating around. Maybe it passed through your hands in change, or you spotted it in an old drawer. But there's one particular version you need to keep an eye on, the 2009 U.S. presidential $1 coin honoring the 12th President of the United States, Zachary Taylor. Now, you might be wondering, how could a coin minted in the 2000s possibly be rare or valuable? After all, these presidential dollars were made to be spent. But as you're about to find out, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. And yes, there's one very specific version of it that has stunned collectors with its extraordinary value. So stick with me, this one's worth it. Let's start with the legacy behind the coin. The year was 2009, and the U.S. Mint was continuing its ambitious presidential $1 coin program, which began in 2007. The idea was simple but powerful: release a golden-colored dollar coin featuring each president of the United States, in the order they served. For new coins were released each year, and that year, the spotlight landed on President Zachary Taylor, the 12th Commander-in-Chief. Zachary Taylor may not be the most talked-about president, but his story is anything but ordinary. A career military leader, Taylor was known as a national war hero long before he stepped into the Oval Office. His presidency was short, only 16 months, cut tragically short by his sudden death in 1850. But his leadership and influence left a lasting impact on American history. The 2009 coin honoring Taylor was minted in Philadelphia, and like the others in the series, it featured his portrait on the obverse side. The image captures Taylor with a stern, commanding presence, a tribute to his military background and presidential stature. His name, term of office, and the year of minting are all clearly inscribed around the edge. Flip the coin, and you'll see the Statue of Liberty, standing tall and proud on the reverse side. This was a consistent design across the presidential $1 coin program, symbolizing the enduring values of freedom and democracy. But what really sets this coin apart, it's not just the design or the historical figure it honors. It's the tiny details that separate an ordinary coin from a numismatic treasure. Most of these coins were struck in large quantities and entered circulation quickly. Many got scratched, worn, or lost to time. But every once in a while, a coin escapes the chaos, a coin that's struck with perfection, stored with care, and ends up being something truly special. For the 2009 Zachary Taylor dollar, there are a few key factors that drive its value sky high: condition, errors, and rarity. Let's talk about errors first. During the production process, some coins leave the mint with unique minting errors, things like doubled dies, missing inscriptions, misaligned strikes, or even edge lettering that's been completely omitted. These errors are like printing mistakes in rare books, accidental, but incredibly valuable to collectors. In the case of the Zachary Taylor dollar, there were a few rare pieces discovered with missing edge lettering. That might not sound dramatic, but when edge inscriptions are an expected part of the coin's design, their absence turns the coin into a one-of-a-kind oddity. Suddenly, what should be a standard dollar becomes a mystery, and a high-value prize. Now, add perfect condition into the mix. Coins that are graded MS 68 or higher, meaning mint state, with no scratches, nicks, or blemishes, are incredibly difficult to come by. Most coins, even if they haven't been circulated, end up with tiny imperfections during the minting or packaging process. So, when a coin is found in absolutely flawless shape, it's like striking gold. Literally, combine those two elements, a rare minting error and near-perfect condition, and you've got the kind of coin that gets collectors buzzing, auctioneers talking, and history buffs reaching for their wallets. So what does this all mean? It means that not all dollar coins are created equal. Some, like the 2009 Zachary Taylor coin, have the potential to be worth far more than their face value. They carry the weight of history, the beauty of rare craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovery. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, among the rarest and most valuable examples of the 2009 Zachary Taylor dollar coin, those with flawless condition and verified minting errors. One particular coin shocked the numismatic world when it hit the auction block. That single golden dollar coin sold for an astonishing $150,000, yes, you heard that right. What once looked like just another dollar, one you might have spent without thinking, turned out to be worth $150,000, incredible, isn't it? So next time you come across one of these golden dollar coins, take a closer look. Check the edge. Inspect the surface. Because you might just be holding a piece of history, and possibly, your next big treasure. Last unique coin, we're going deep into the story of a coin that shines not just for its golden look, but for the powerful legacy it carries. It's the 2007 presidential $1 coin minted in Philadelphia, featuring the fourth President of the United States, James Madison. Now you might be thinking, it's just a dollar coin, right? But what if I told you this specific coin could hold the key to an incredible discovery? A coin that not only honors a founding father, but one that, in its rarest form, has reached a jaw-dropping value that you will not believe. Stay tuned, because this is not your everyday dollar. Let's begin with the man at the center of this story. James Madison was far more than just the fourth president. He's known as the father of the Constitution, the brilliant mind behind much of the foundational framework that still governs the United States today. He helped craft the Bill of Rights and played a central role in shaping the nation's early political identity. So it's only fitting that he would be honored with his own coin as part of the U.S. Mint's groundbreaking presidential $1 coin program. Launched in 2007, the Presidential Dollar Series was a historic project. Each coin would feature a different president, released in the order they served. 4 coins would be issued each year, and Madison's coin was part of that exciting first release. Let's talk about the design. The obverse, or front of the coin, features a bold portrait of James Madison, his expression calm but determined, a reflection of the intellect and leadership he brought to America's founding years. Around the edge of the coin are his name, James Madison, the title, 4th President, and the years he served, 1809 to 1817. Turn the coin over, and you'll find the Statue of Liberty standing tall, representing the enduring spirit of freedom and democracy that Madison helped to define. But there's something else that makes this coin a little different, and a lot more interesting. Unlike traditional coins, the date, mint mark, and inscriptions like E Pluribus Unum and In God We Trust weren't placed on the front or back. They were engraved along the edge. That's right, the edge of the coin itself became part of the design. It was a unique and bold move by the mint, and it set these coins apart in the world of modern numismatics. Now, here's where things start to heat up. Most of these coins were produced for circulation, millions of them. And yes, most are worth only face value. But not all coins are created equal. Hidden among those millions are rare exceptions, coins with small but significant differences. Coins with errors. Coins that somehow made it through the minting process without their edge lettering. Coins that were struck on the wrong planchet. Or coins that came out in pristine, untouched, mint state condition. That's the kind of coin we're talking about today. Some 2007 James Madison dollar coins were released with missing edge lettering, a mistake that turned what should have been a standard design into something extremely rare. Others have been found with doubling in the lettering, while a handful of coins were struck slightly off-center or with weak strikes, making them stand out to trained collectors. These errors, combined with a coin that has remained in flawless condition, free from scratches, circulation wear, or contact marks, can skyrocket a coin's value. When you take a golden dollar coin like this and have it graded as MS 68 or higher by professional grading companies, it becomes not just a collector's piece, but a museum-worthy artifact. Think about it. A coin minted in 2007, meant to pass through countless hands, somehow preserved perfectly and holding a rare production error. It's the kind of thing that only a few people in the world might own. And that's exactly why these rare variants are so incredibly valuable. Now, imagine finding one in your change. Or better yet, tucked away in a box of old coins in the attic. It might look ordinary at first glance, but if you know what to look for, that little coin could change your life. So what's the bottom line? How much could one of these rare 2007 P. James Madison presidential dollars actually be worth? Well, among the most rare and valuable examples, those with missing edge lettering, flawless surfaces, and near-perfect grading, one coin, in particular, sent shockwaves through the collector community when it appeared at auction. That single golden dollar coin, struck in Philadelphia, was eventually sold for an unbelievable $200,000. Yes, you heard that right. A coin with a face value of $1 ended up being worth $200,000. So the next time you come across a 2007 presidential dollar, take a closer look. Examine the edge. Check for missing inscriptions. Look at the surface. And if it seems flawless, don't spend it, protect it. Because you just might be holding something priceless. If you love this story and want to hear more about the hidden treasures hiding in modern coinage, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you don't miss a single episode. Until next time, happy hunting, and remember, sometimes, the most valuable things are the ones you almost didn't notice.